Hey guys, Tom itself here. Longtime subscribers of this channel will remember back in the Modern Warfare 2 days and some of the sillier antics we pulled. New subscribers, well, this is a good chance to get caught up because I want to talk about the most overpowered thing in Call of Duty. And no, it's not guns, it's not auto-aim, it's not bullet penetration, it's not grenades, it's teamwork. And I think Call of Duty doesn't get enough credit for just how impressive teamwork is. And now what I really want to point out here is that teamwork is kind of a separate skill. In addition to just individual performance, being able to work well with a team can put you on a whole nother level. And while, again, individually, you may not look that impressively as a group, come together, the things you can do are often very impressive. So let me show you the leaderboards from Modern Warfare 2. You got the KD leaderboard, and in Modern Warfare 2, people considered, hey, you should be able to get a 2 KD. Well, I'm here to tell you that no one in the group that I played with regularly in Modern Warfare 2 ever got close to a 2 KD. It went up near the end of the game's lifespan as we got more and more familiar with it, but still, the highest KD the people I played with regularly was a 1.8. Myself, I finished the game on a 1.73, and well, that was on the high end for my group. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and pull that same group of players and let me show you what the win-loss looks like. Because while the KD's not particularly impressive, not bad, the win-loss tells a completely different story. Double digits, yeah, but win streaks in the hundreds, and that's almost all domination except for an occasional team deathmatch and ground war. So at 8-9 minutes a game, you're looking at close to 100 hours, I imagine, without losing. That's just incredible, obscene. It doesn't even make sense to most people. But it was no big deal to us. In fact, I'll link to the video where we intentionally lost the last game we played of Modern Warfare 2 before going to pick up the next Call of Duty game. And in that video I talk a little bit more about how we're able to do that, and in some ways how it's a little less impressive because of the way matchmaking works. But nonetheless, days of playtime without losing is still kind of crazy. And again, it's because teamwork is so overpowered. And teamwork isn't like a thing you add on after you're an awesome player. Like if you watch and think elite Call of Duty is just high-end game battles, and that's when people can start using teamwork. No. Once you got a good feel for how the game plays, you can start using teamwork. It's not that complicated. It's just another element. It complements, and it doesn't take anything away from being a good player on your own. It's just another tool in your bag of tricks, and a lot of people don't expect it. You ever been called a hacker because some guy got called out and you were ready there waiting for him as he turned the corner and he gets to watch his kill cam where you just kind of turn and follow him as he comes? Yeah, it's hilarious. And they don't seem to understand that there's communication that can go on between players. Not everyone just sits in their own little bubble. And yet they run into it and they don't know what to do. It can be as simple as understanding how to set up a spawn trap and then pick off the stragglers and put them back in their own little corner of the map. Or it can be as complicated as the time we ran into a hacker. And I am really sad that I wasn't recording when this happened, so you're going to have to settle for a story instead. Back in the good old days of COD 4, the original Modern Warfare, we played some Domination on block. And we got a whole team of us. And this guy shows up next to our spawn flag almost as soon as the game starts. And that's a pretty long run, and it's like, wait, how did he get here? And then he proceeded to slaughter most of us, except the ones who ran away. Nobody could kill him for some reason. And, people kept running back as he capped our flag and just kind of stood there holding our own spawn flag against us, and we couldn't do anything about him. And about a minute later, and probably a dozen deaths between all of us, we figured out, hey, that looks like a God mode guy, and you can't do anything about him. You can't stun him, you can't knife him, and you certainly can't shoot him, as he just turns and kills you. Nonetheless, his teamworks weren't that good, and there seemed to be a flaw in his God mode hack. While he certainly was invincible, and could kind of fly up into the air and fall back down on any domination point he wanted, or kind of hover up in the air and glide along like he had a hoverboard under his feet, he didn't seem to be able to figure out where you were very well, so that if you went prone at his feet, he wouldn't know what was going on and wouldn't be able to do anything about you. So, in the middle of this game, we came up with a new strategy. Was mostly, if you can lay on the flag with him and contest it, he won't be able to take it from you, and if you don't shoot him or try and knife him, he won't be able to kill you. You can get to wait until his teammates manage to get there, either by spawning or running in, before he's going to be able to take that flag. So what we did is we'd go ahead and set up a typical spawn trap around Alpha or Charlie for his newbie teammates, but stay far enough back that the God Mode hacker wouldn't be able to pick up an easy kill. But close enough that you could see when he went ahead and flew up into the sky to go ahead and teleport back down somewhere else. At which point most of the team begins tightening down that spawn trap, while a couple other players go to contest the other flags. He shows back up at the other end of the map. The spawn trap just collapses in, pushes his teammates off that flag, and set up the spawn trap again on the other side of the map. Now, this is what I got to do for several seconds. It felt like a whole lot longer than it actually was. If he comes back down on Bravo, you just get to sit there and contest the flag by that statue, and hope that none of his teammates manages to push far enough forward to get a lucky grenade in there and kill you, all while you just kind of stare at his feet and go, "You can't take this from me." Certainly invincible, very powerful, very bad teammates, and we managed to figure out the limitations of his God Mode hacks and take advantage of them, and make a comeback. So thanks to some quick observation, some fairly good strategy, a lot of callouts, and some great teamwork, we actually managed to pull off a win. It was one of those lobbies that it was very satisfying to see the other team back out after the game was over because they didn't want to play anymore. And who would? We beat your God Mode hacks. What are you going to do now? Thanks for watching, guys. I hope to cover some more teamwork stuff, but that will have to wait for another video. Anyway, hope to see you then.